Hi, David. That's Gary. And I'm Neil. And this is the jungheinrich Terra truck that we're going to show you how to put the mast back on. Gary has the owner's manual in his hand, and we're going to send that to you. And this is Didier. Didier is a former Raymond forklift technician, and he took the mast off and he put it back on, and he's going to show you and tell you what he did to put the mast back on. So I'm going to come over here to where the mast is connected to the truck, which is right here. And I'm going to stand where you are, Didier. You're going to stand right there. And tell us what you need to tell us that describes how to put the mast back on.
Okay, so right now in his location, the mast is laying down flat. So he has to bring it up, and he has to line up this piston on the mast over this socket.
Okay?
Once it's lined up on each side, he can put this sleeve on and set it down. But
And then tighten it here, but not yet.
no, this goes over the sleeve, and you can rotate the screws on maybe 2 turns, but don't tighten it because you need it to be loose.
Okay?
Once that's done, and you have both of the clamps on each side, what you can do is start lifting the mast slowly. Depending on your equipment, if you have a large forklift, you can lift it with just one forklift from the back, lifting it by having a chain over the cross members and onto the mast of the forklift. It has to be chained. Or you can lift with one forklift on this side and just have the tip of another hold under the mast here. Just the tip. It's only just to make sure it doesn't come forward. There's going to be moments where the center of gravity changes and it'll want to lean forward. So you just want to hold it in the front. That's all. Once you have your mast about 45 degrees, what you want to do is come back here, and right now your mast wouldn't be connected. You would have some caps over these fittings. So what you'd have to do is take your hoses, which are sitting right now on the battery compartment. You have to put them over through the hole on the bottom, bring them up this way, and connect them. Make sure that when you connect your hoses, they sit on the side in the corner. There's a gap meant for those hoses to go through. It has to be in that gap. If not, when you come in and straighten out your mast, you're gonna pinch them.
Okay.
So once you have your hoses connected, you can also connect these jack and pin connections here for your overmast cables.
Okay.
Once you got all that done, you can lean it all the way forward. And again, just for precaution, I would just leave the forklift that they use to lift. I would leave it in the back. Where you would come now is there's a box with hardware that we shipped with the forklift. There's a nut, a square nut that sits back here. You would have to go over about 2 inches and just let the nut sit in place right here. This is a sleeve that you would slide in, and the bolt goes through and screws onto that squared nut.
Okay.
The purpose of the squared nut is pretty much like a lock that keeps the mast in place.
Okay.
But again, don't tighten that. You have to do this on the other side as well. Once you have these screws and blocks in place and this in place, you have to take a level, and hopefully where you're installing, your floor is leveled. That'll make it a lot easier. What you have to do is you have to take your level to each side of the mast, and according to what marks on the level, you adjust these sleeves. So see how they're offset?
Yeah.
Right now, on the thinnest part, your mast is basically trying to lean this way. When you turn it to the thicker part, it'll want to lean it this way.
Okay.
So you have to slowly adjust both sides, little at a time, checking your level. And you put your level here. And then you do the same in the back. And those sleeves there are offset as well. And that's how you adjust this level. So once that perfect 90 degrees, you can go ahead and tighten these screws, the screws on the other side, these screws, and the screws on the other side.
Okay.
Now you might have a hard time finding some of the bolts for these. You'll need a Torx sockets. They're gonna be a T55, a T60, T65, and I believe a T75 and a 90.
Okay.
So it's yeah, German.
Is there anything else you think they should know?
Once that's done, you take your pistons here, and they have to be adjusted as well. First, you take your shaft and put it through the hole on the piston, and you do it on both sides. Once it's hanging here, you can bring it this way, and these shafts should all be with your hardware. So you put the shaft through, and you put your snap ring on each side.
Okay.
This bolt here has regular threads on one side and reverse threads on the other. So you could spin it so that you put tension on this. What you want is for the tension to push away. You don't want it to pull back. You want it to push away. What you want this to do is to keep pressure on the mast forward. So each one spins a different way, but you'll be able to tell when you're turning. Pay attention to whether it's closing or opening. You want to open. So you turn from here and you open. You want to turn until you start feeling a little more pressure. And once you feel pressure, give it another half turn, and then you tighten these nuts here. All these nuts, once you got this adjusted, all these nuts get tightened, and that'll keep that bolt in place.
Okay.
From there, you come over here, and there's 8 bolts here. There's 4 on top, 4 on bottom.
Okay.
So this is sitting on a pallet. This part of the mast is sitting on a pallet. So once you get it close and lined up, you don't want to tighten it. You just want to screw them on, hold it preferably with a strap, and then you want to put all your hoses and your cables through it. I think what got disconnected is this.
Okay.
This cable. There's one hose here, and there's one more. Oh, there it is. There's 2 more here on top. If you come lower with the camera nail, so you get those connected. I marked each one.
Okay.
There's a large one, which shouldn't be a problem, and then there's 2 that are the same size, but I marked them each.
Okay.
1 and 2. They're marked, so don't get those confused, because then your auxiliary is going to be reversed.
Okay.
Once you get those connected, you connect these up top. These up top are marked as well,
Okay.
because this is disconnected. And this one here is not a hose, it's a cable. What I did was I undid this nut and took this out all the way up into here. It goes over the lift cylinder into the pulley. So you're gonna have to run this wire back and put everything in place where it belongs. So you have your first one here with this 90. You come over here.
Hold on, show me the 90.
This 90 degree.
Mm-hmm.
You come over here, place it here, place it here. Go over this. What I did was I was able to pull and force it, but if you don't have the tools to wedge it without damaging, the best thing to do will be to unbolt it on this end and let it come out to the right side. That way you have more space to work
Okay.
with. So you come over here, and it has one more clamp, and then you connect it over here to these connectors.
Okay.
Let's see what else is there. After that, I think that's it. It should be everything.
That's everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Neil.